Okay, I think we should be live now. I'm just gonna give it a couple of minutes to make sure everything is running smoothly. And then we're gonna proceed to the charts and check out a few setups. So let me just make sure everything is good. Dates are updated because I did a few sessions where I didn't update the date that I was going live. So my YouTube is all messed up now. I mean, if you go over to our channel to the live sessions playlist, dates are messed up. Not anymore though. I think I fixed it. But yeah. Anyway. Right. So I'm gonna send a quick message on Telegram. For those of you who haven't joined our free Telegram channel, there is a link below this stream, below this video. Make sure to check it out. And you're gonna be up to date with pretty much the setups that I'm trading, those live sessions that we're doing, and not only, we've got plenty of courses, subscription plans, and stuff like that. So if we are running a promotion, then you're gonna get notified immediately. Okay. And by the way, to make those live sessions even more helpful to other people, feel free to send me your setups. You can find my direct contact in the free Telegram channel. So this is what the message says, the message that I'm just sharing to the rest of the group. Okay. Then I'm gonna drop a quick message on Twitter and we should be good to go. There's still a couple of minutes left until 8 a.m. London time. So that's totally fine. So let me get the link. I'm gonna mute my phone as well. Just gonna go over to X. Let's switch up that tab. Let's see what's going on here. Okay, where do we go? So I'm gonna check out the hourly time frame first. We've got euro dollar, we've got pound dollar. Alright, pound dollar is already pushing down. Don't have that on euro dollar though. So does that mean pound yen is also pushing down? Of course it does. To be honest, I think gold may be the one that. But by the way, don't forget we've got important news. We've got CPI coming up tomorrow, Wednesday. So obviously high impact news which are going to affect price action across most of the instruments really. So when it comes to swing trading opportunities, I'm really not sure whether it's a good idea to look for trades. But then even if you're looking for trades on the lower time frames, we may be trading mostly sideways today, or maybe get some pullbacks within the price action moves. But so you can see how the market is kind of slowing down, pretty much moving without a clear direction, and I'm expecting to for this to continue until tomorrow. I mean, even if we let me grab my pen here so I can draw on my screen. Let me see what we got. Of course, I forgot to post out a message on Twitter. Started looking at the charts because it's already 8 a.m. So I'm trying to. Okay, what do we got? Yes, hi there, Sampath. I hope I'm pronouncing your name correctly. But yeah, kind of slow price action here on euro dollar, and I was just about to say that with CPI coming up tomorrow, I'm really not expecting any major moves to happen. So what does that mean? Well, overall, I'm still following that idea that we're probably going to continue this pullback right here. And this is when it comes to the higher time frames, right? Because look at the 4-hour chart. We are in a downtrend. I'm just saying that, it looks like we have a low, we have a higher one. And I feel like we're gonna print another higher low here. The thing is, where do we find that entry, right? So let me just switch over to pound dollar, which is, well, there is some bearish pressure at the moment, but let's see how it goes, because I also see price kind of slowing down within this pattern. So we have this low, so I'm expecting to see a higher low to form up and then to potentially look for buying opportunities. Of course, I'm gonna need more confirmation. I'm not just gonna be entering a long trade just because I feel like, or just because I think the market will reverse. So for now, I don't see anything going on pound dollar or euro dollar for that matter. I mean, I'm looking at the 15-minute time frame. We're just trading sideways here on euro dollar. Pound dollar still bearish. Okay, and considering that I'm not going to be looking to take a sell trade, well then I'm not interested in either one of those instruments. All right, now gold is the one that I could potentially find something, and I'll tell you right away, I am expecting to see a bullish continuation, which means I'm only going to be looking for buy trades, but I don't like equal lows. Okay, so it's a good level because obviously we've got previous structure at that same level, so we basically have a couple of retests. Okay, but I really wanted to see something like this. All right, so I wanted to see price taking out those lows as well. If it doesn't happen, then I'm going to be looking for, and price goes to the upside, and I'm going to be looking for long positions later on. I'm not worried about missing a trade, and if I have to be honest, I've missed quite a few trades within this move. Okay, but that's okay. I mean, that's just trading. You can't catch them all, can you? So, okay, it's probably going to be gold, which could potentially give me a setup today. Definitely not euro dollar or pound dollar, at least for now. And obviously the same thing with euro yen and pound yen. Just because we have slow price action on the majors, I'm not expecting anything less here on the yen cross pairs. Until we don't get any movement, some movement on euro dollar and pound dollar, we're probably going to be looking at the same thing here on euro yen and pound yen. Okay, so it's mainly going to be gold, like I said. So let me place a horizontal line here. Let's just wait. Let's see how it goes. Now the thing is, we've got a strong downside momentum, a little bit of a pullback, and we've got another bearish leg. Good thing about that is that we didn't get a strong momentum to take price much lower, because if that would have been the case, I would probably look for a continuation of, the pullback that we would have. But for now, it looks like we basically stopped at the previous low, right? Which potentially means we're going to be looking for a continuation to the upside. Obviously, it's too early to say, but considering that we are in a very strong bullish trend, there's a higher probability that we're probably going to continue higher. So we've got to be patient. That's the main thing, right? Just like with everything else. By the way, for those of you who are just starting out with trading, make sure to go over to trendlineforex.com. You can go over to services, courses, click on beginners, and then you've got a free Forex course which is made exactly for beginner traders. This is going to teach you everything that you need to know about trading before you actually start trading. All right, not just live, but before you actually start trading demo account, because this is going to teach you how to use the platform. What is a lot, what is a spread, what is a currency pair, how to trade them, how to pick which one of them to trade, and so on. So a lot of valuable information, something that everybody, I believe, needs before they actually start trading. So it's completely free. All you have to do is to register on our website, and I'm sure you're gonna find it very, very valuable, right? So yeah, let's go back to the chart. I'm just looking at my YouTube stream just to make sure that everything is running all right. If you guys can confirm whether my audio, whether my sound is good, that would be perfect. But yeah, such a slow price action here on euro dollar and pound dollar. Yeah, not only that, but then on Thursday we've got pound news. Okay, and then I believe on Friday we have important news for the US dollar again. But the most important event this week is going to be CPI tomorrow, right? Yeah, here's the daily time frame on the dollar index. I think tomorrow is going to be key to see whether we're going to gain some momentum to the upside, or are we going to take out those lows right here and potentially test the 38.2 level. Because if this happens and price comes for a retest of the 38.2 here on the dollar index, that means we're going to see some more bullish price action on the majors, say for example on euro dollar, pound dollar, and so on. And so if we're going to be looking for an upside continuation, even if it's going to be short term, right, just a few days, whatever, the thing is, if the dollar index starts pushing down, we're going to see price going up here on euro dollar and pound dollar. And so that's why I don't want to take short trades. So we'll see how it goes. But until tomorrow, we're probably not going to be looking for positions on euro dollar and pound dollar. If you currently have any long positions, that's fine. As long as your stop loss is reasonable and you've calculated your risk properly, you can let it run. Okay, see how it goes. Maybe go break even if you have the chance to. But when it comes to looking for entries on the lower time frames, today the only pair that I could potentially pick is gold from those pairs that I'm trading here on this live session. Okay, if it is your first time joining in, I mainly do euro dollar, pound dollar, gold, euro yen, and pound yen. Okay, and if anyone is interested and want to receive daily updates, here is my main watch list. This is what we do in the premium Telegram channel. Every single day I'm sharing setups from my main watch list, right? So we go through euro Aussie, pound Aussie, Bitcoin as well, right? Most of the yen cross pairs, not just euro yen and pound yen. So if you are interested, let us know. Join the free Telegram first, and then decide whether you want to join the premium channel as well. Slump is too strong, man. Okay. But yeah, not much happening even since yesterday. If you look at euro dollar's price action, here's what we had. Little bit of a move towards the upside, and then price again went down. Uh, Probably closed around the same levels. So quite a slow price action in the beginning of this week. Bit of a movement on golds is what we had yesterday, but again, not that much. Now, if either one of those will start moving higher, obviously euro dollar looks like things will happen quicker just because we have lower highs and lower lows here on pound dollar. Whereas if you look at euro dollar, price is pretty much moving sideways, and then we haven't really we haven't really got that much of a bearish pressure to continue pushing price down, from what it looks like, at least at the moment. Whereas if you look at pound dollar, consecutive higher highs and higher lows. Okay, so I'm still waiting to see how gold is gonna react around those levels. But like I said, ideally I wanted to see another drop below that current support that we have right here. We see a price where they drop to the downside and then giving us one of those rejection wicks. That's going to be a good setup in my opinion. Now GJ doesn't look bad, but when you look at pound dollar, it's not giving me any confirmation so far. Obviously we need to see some breakouts here, and then we can eventually start looking for potential setups. But now I'm gonna have to pass on that opportunity. But it looks like a good, you know, kind of a setup for a reversal, so to speak. I mean, price action is still moving bearish, but as you can see, we couldn't even break below the previous low right here. So we're gonna give it a bit. We're gonna give it some more time. Same thing with gold. Yeah, really slow market, just as expected. As soon as I saw what's going on yesterday, I thought we're not going to have that much of a movement before the news tomorrow. So, I still share the same opinion. But let's see, I may be wrong. Sometimes the momentum comes in later. But most of the time, I have to be honest, you have high impact news, you just gotta wait for them, man. So I'm gonna place this area here. Hopefully we see hopefully we see a push below that. And obviously I'm not gonna be trying to buy as soon as price breaks below that area. We will have to wait for further confirmation. So let's say we see the market breaking below this, taking out this and this previous low. I'm then gonna have to wait for the market to reverse, showing me a sign of momentum, and then I can potentially look for continuation to the upside. Other than that, I'm not entering any trades. I've got to be patient with this one. Yeah, the important thing is, and the good thing is that I have a setup. I know what I'm waiting for. So there's no point for me to enter a position without my setup being present. What does that mean? Well, I mean, we may not even see the market trading below those lows, right? And that's completely possible because we are in a very strong uptrend. So instead of looking for liquidity grab or call it whatever you want, liquidity sweep, whatever, instead of looking for the setup that I'm now waiting for, there is a high chance that we're going to continue higher without that. So why not enter a trade as soon as I see some momentum coming into the market, right? I mean, you could do if that's your strategy. It's not mine though. And this is what I'm trying to say. I'm going to be looking for price to grab that liquidity below those equal lows right here. And if that happens and then I see a reversal, then I'm going to be taking that trade. If it doesn't happen, and let's say I see a strong engulfing bullish candle, right? Let's say one of those, I would say to myself, well, this is not my setup. I'm going to have to wait for another one. And I'm going to let it run. It's totally fine. Trust me, this is much better following your trading plan rather than, because if I enter a position without seeing that liquidity sweep and I enter a trade, and even if it goes in my favor and I make money, that's great. But I know deep down, I know I shouldn't have entered that trade. So it was just pure luck. And at the same time, if I don't enter the trade, or excuse me, if I enter a trade and it takes me out a stop loss, this is the worst because now you're mad at yourself that you didn't follow your plan. So you know you lost money, but it was your fault. And this is a feeling which I just don't want to go through again because I've done it hundreds of times. This is the best way to sabotage your trading results. If you want good trading results, you have to have a plan and you have to follow it. So you have a trading setup, you have an entry signal, you have an entry model, or call it whatever you want, and you have to follow it. This is the only thing that you do. You don't enter a trade unless you have it. And trust me, trading becomes easier. You don't get to trade that often, and you don't get to have that many positions like you do now if you don't have a trading plan, but you get to have quality trades. So this is really when your results will improve. Otherwise, it's, I mean, I'm sorry to break it to you, but it's just gambling. So be wise. And if you don't have a trading strategy, like I said, just go over to Trendline Forex and start out with a free trading course. It's completely free. You don't even have to pay a dime. All you have to do is to register on our website and you can check out this free Forex course. And even if you have some experience trading the market, even if it is a year or 2 years since you started trading, trust me, you're probably going to, most likely you're going to learn something new in this course, even though it's for beginners. So like I said, completely risk-free. All you have to do is to sign up here on our website, trendlineforex.com, and you can check out the course. I mean, there's nearly 200 minutes of content within this course. There's so much detailed information. Let me go over to courses. Okay, anyways, just go and check it out, man. Okay, are we gonna get a momentum to the downside to be able to break below that, or are we just going to reverse at current price levels? This is what I need to see now. Strong momentum on euro yen and pound yen. And not that much of a movement here on euro dollar and pound dollar. So let's check out dollar yen. See what it does. I really can't say what is going on with dollar yen. I mean, we're pretty much trading sideways, so I don't have a clear plan. I mean, I have a plan of what to do, but I don't have an idea in which direction this instrument is gonna go. So this is another reason why I wanna skip euro yen and pound yen at the moment, right? And if I want to trade the euro or the pound, it's probably best to trade it through euro dollar and pound dollar instead. But I don't have any setups on either one of those. So again, it's mainly gold. But let's see. So here is the 30-minute candle. Okay, nice rejection wick. Now, if I don't get this liquidity sweep right here, if I don't get this price action, then I'm gonna have to wait for the market to break above that to then give me a pullback so I can potentially look for long positions. Now, is it gonna happen today? I'm not sure. But this is how you basically build up a plan. If that happens, then I'm gonna do that. If this happens, then I'm gonna do this. You have plan A, you have plan B. But switching your bias all the time is not good, right? So as you can see, I'm going through different scenarios in a bullish move, right? Now, if I see a bearish move developing, I'm not going to be taking a sell trade immediately. I will need more in order to start looking for sales, and it's going to really take a lot more because look at this 1 hour chart here. Look at the 4 hour chart. I mean, how are you going to be taking sales within this market, right? Don't make a lot of sense, does it? So that's why I stick to one bias only. Do you guys have any setups? Are you looking at any pairs to trade, even if they're not the ones that I'm looking at? Strong momentum on D and cross pairs. I mean, you've got to be able to notice whenever price is moving without a clear direction, because you see a lot of people getting trapped in that, right? If you go to the 5 minute time frame, at first it was looking like, we're going bullish, right? And then something like this happens out of nowhere. But then you look at the bigger picture or just the 15-minute time frame, one time frame above, and you see that you're pretty much moving in a range. So why take a buy trade in the middle of the range? Right, about to retest this previous structure right here. So there's going to be support for price here on pound yen. Mhm. So yeah, CPI tomorrow, GDP for the pound on Thursday, and then retail sales for the US dollar on Friday, GDP for the euro. It's fine. I prefer to have a week like this instead of a week without any news, because then you see price action moving the same way that it is moving now, basically being slow throughout the whole week. Whereas when you've got news and you've got events to move the market, then it is much better. You're looking at a price action. It gives you something to work on. It gives you something to think about. Whereas looking at euro dollar and pound dollar, well, it looks like euro dollar started pushing up, but let's see. Okay. There's a bit of a movement on gold, but still trading around the same levels. We do see some momentum on euro dollar, not that much on pound dollar though. But then pound yen is looking good. Why? Because we've got plenty of structure if you look to the left, and then we have this rejection wick. So there's still a couple of minutes until that candle closes, but I want to see it closing even higher, and then that would be a good signal. Now I'm not giving you this as an entry signal or a trade signal. Don't do that. You have to only enter positions based on your analysis, but I'm just telling you that usually those are the signals that I'm looking for whenever I'm looking for an entry. Now I'm not going to be entering this trade, but if we manage to close higher, then that would be good. And then we're going to have the chance to follow price action and see what it does after a candle like this. But it's too early to say. It's very important how this candle is going to close. The stronger it is, the better, obviously. Okay, so we've got this first initial move here on euro dollar, price breaking above some previous minor structure, right? But the thing is, I'm looking to the left and there's a lot of resistance right here. So we didn't do that. Instead, we did that. And now breaking above again previous structure with even more momentum. That's a good signal that we may actually see a continuation to the upside now, and this is exactly what we expect. So does that mean this is a valid setup? I would say so. Now looking at the 1 hour time frame doesn't look great, to be honest. I mean, we're obviously slowing down, so that's a good thing. I mean, we've got this first impulse, we have a second one right here, okay, but then there isn't a third one. So we haven't broken below this structure with this third momentum move towards the downside. Instead of that, we're pretty much reversing as we speak. So I'm going to delete all that, and I'm again going to drop down to a 15-minute time frame. See, this is what we're talking about. Good momentum on euro dollar. Okay, here it is, pound yen. Now breaking above this previous reversal candle right here. If you look at the 1 hour time frame, we've got a perfect retest of this previous structure as well. Okay, so here we are. We just tested those previous lows, and we may be bouncing off right now. Euro yen recovering all the losses from the previous 15-minute candle. So that was a quick reaction on euro yen, and it's a strong signal that there is more buyers in this market, at least for now. It's very important to see how those candles are closing, because they look a certain type of way, and then 30 seconds later it's a completely different story. But euro dollar definitely looking strong. So are we currently forming that higher low that we're looking for? Because if that's the case, then we're going to be expecting for price to break above this structure, reach highs um, that we saw last week as well. So and then we've got a bit of movement on the rest of the pairs, but then gold is just trading around the same level since the opening of the session. It's not ideal, but it's fine. So I'm still looking for this move towards the downside. I want to see price taking out that current structure that we're testing. And then if we get a reversal, then that will be a good entry signal for me. I'm only looking to buy here on gold. I'm not looking to take any sell trades. Now the good thing is we do have a reaction on the retest of this previous structure. But it would be literally ideal if there is one additional push towards the downside just to take out this structure right here. Once it does, I'm going to be looking for that reversal, and if it happens, I'm probably going to pull the trigger and enter a long trade. This is pretty much my plan on gold. And I know I said I'm not going to be trading the majors. Now pound dollar doesn't look good at all, but euro dollar, I do like this momentum. You see that first bullish leg, it wasn't the one to convince me that we're probably going to continue higher. But then we have a minor pullback, and then we've got a strong momentum towards the upside. So even stronger price action than we had here in this first initial move. So it's starting to look good now. If you look at euro yen, yep, we did recover pretty much all the losses from the last 15-minute candle. So that quick reaction on euro yen makes me think that there is more buyers in this market as well. Pound yen is looking good. Like I said, this previous candle is kind of a decision maker when you're looking for entries around previous structure, because this is exactly what happened. Okay, we came back for a retest of this previous low, and this is where we printed out this rejection wick. Okay, so are we going to have upside momentum now? Well, let's see. Let's give it a few more minutes. And this is why I said in the beginning of the session, if anyone is holding long trades on euro dollar or pound dollar, just hold them, keep them tight, because it may look like we're pushing down or we're going nowhere, we're trading sideways, but then something like this happens out of nowhere. So whenever you've got a clear market direction and you know in which direction you should be taking trades, whether you should buy or sell, you just stick to your plan, and that's how it should be every time. So obviously looking for break and retest pattern here on euro dollar would be quite easy. But as long as the setups looks fine, then I'm okay with it. And considering that we've got plenty of structure, if you look to the left, there are so many levels that we could potentially test before our reversal that it really makes this level quite strong. Right, there's more momentum in pound dollar as well. So the 61.8 coming up for euro dollar, we're probably going to have some relief of this move as soon as we tap into that 61.8. So this is when we could potentially find and see a pullback forming up. So 1.0320 is the level that you need to be aware of. Just going to place a horizontal level right here. I'm going to delete that fib. And let's see. So a really nice rejection here on euro yen. Where is it? Right here are the previous lows. As you can see, we've got 1, 2 rejection wicks, and then we have a strong upside momentum. And we're basically taking out those previous lows together with those previous lows. Okay. And then the market gathers momentum. It's a really decent setup. All right, let's see what's going on with gold. Are we going to have another move towards the downside? If we do, that's going to be perfect. We have another level down here, so we come down for a retest. Okay, and then we would have been taking out those lows, and then if we get a good reversal candle here, it's going to be a decent setup, something that I could potentially take advantage of. It didn't happen in the first 1 hour of the session, but it's a valid setup. All right, now it looks like we're pushing down on gold. It's about time for gold to wake up, isn't it? Okay, here we go. Now I want to see if I'm gonna get this setup, and if I do, that could end up being something like this, right? But any type of reversal within this area is going to work for me. um so we'll see how it goes. Now, best case scenario, of course, would be to come back for a retest of this previous structure. I'm just not sure whether we're going to be able to push that low. So that's why if I get a decent reversal within this area, then I'm going to use that for my entry. And if it takes me out, then I'm going to be looking for the next potential level where I could get into a long trade, which it will be down here at those previous highs. But first, let's see if we get any type of reaction around those previous lows. Okay, I think I'm gonna be ending the stream in a minute. Well, I shared with you my own plan and what I'm looking for here on gold. Like I said, I'm not going to be taking any trades on the yen cross pairs. And from the majors, euro dollar, I do like this one. I just need a pullback here. But like I said, if you look at the higher time frames, I mean, we're going to comment on that tomorrow again. There's going to be another live session, um, but overall, I'm expecting to see the market forming a higher low, and so far it looks like this is exactly what it's doing. But yeah, let's see. Here we go. We're about to tap into that 61.8 level in euro dollar. So around this area is where I'm gonna be expecting for price to form a pullback. Looks like we're breaking above the previous minor highs here on GBP USD. This is the 15-minute time frame. If you look at the 1-hour chart, not much going on. We did take out this previous structure. Currently testing this one. But yeah, if I'm going to be looking for a long trade on the majors, at least for now, euro dollar looks much better. And I would prefer those over euro yen and pound yen. But my first choice is still gold, depending on what it does next. Okay, so if you guys are watching this and it's not live, it's a recording, it's on a video, make sure to check out all the links below this video. Join our free Telegram channel, and like I said in the beginning of the stream, if you are just starting out with trading, make sure to check out our free beginners course. Okay, so right here, trendlineforex.com, you go over to services, beginner, then you click on that and it's going to take you to this page where you can sign up for a completely free beginners course. Right, 190 minutes of video content, and there's also a quick assessment at the end of the course, so you can test your knowledge, test what you've learned. Right, if you're just starting out, this is probably the best first step that you can take towards becoming a trader. Okay, join our free Telegram channel. This way you're gonna get notified and you're gonna be up to date with all the promotions that we're running and all the content that we share. All right, so I do those live sessions a few times per week, every single week, so make sure to subscribe to this channel and hit that notification bell so you don't miss out whenever I'm doing one of those live sessions. All right, so far I've been doing them Tuesday, Wednesday and Thursday, just because I'm not a big fan of trading on Mondays and Fridays. But of course, it depends on the setup, depends on the market conditions. It doesn't mean that you shouldn't be trading on Fridays or Mondays. Of course, you can. What's most important is that you exercise proper money management. You have the discipline to follow your plan, and of course, you actually have a plan. If you don't have one, you can reach out and we can potentially help with that as well. So that's all for today's session. I'll see you guys in the next one, and like I said, click that subscribe button and I'll see you next time.